Alright, so this video is going to be me having an attempt at fixing this Lectrosonics UM200b. So I got it as part of a set kit, but upon testing it I discovered that very quickly the radio signal drops off. That's just at arm's length. You can see it's already dropping off, and that should not be the case. I actually have a working one that I've borrowed, and it's kind of a quick demonstration, but turned on, arm's length, kind of pointing the antenna directly at the unit, so that's in the dead zone of it, and not even a slight inkling. So that seems to be a problem. So I'm going to turn that one off and put this away. So to get into this, to try to fix it, we need to get into it and take the antenna off. I'm not sure if I actually need to do that or not, but we're going to. Oh, shush, Dave. We're going to get into it. There's a bit of a stab in the dark at fixing it. Basically, from what I understand, it's the final output stage that often fails on this, after talking to the Lectrosonics repair guy. And I've got these guys on eBay that are supposed to be what I think are supposed to be the correct transistor mosfet. No, I don't think. Basically, the transistor that goes on the final output. I think these are supposed to be, or at the very least, allegedly compatible. But we're about to find out, because I'm going to remove it. Do I need to undo that screw? I might need to undo that screw, I think. Because I need to. I don't know if I do or not. That doesn't. Those. That one I need to remove. I don't remember removing that bottom one when I opened this earlier. I think that was it. Oh, we open it out. Ooh, what was that? That was just a piece of copper wire falling off the bench. So you look down in here and you see a bunch of stuff that I don't really want to mess with, because I am in no way a RF service technician. I do want a different screwdriver though, if I can find it. This one will do. I'm going to undo these tiny little screws. And then undo these tiny little screws. These not so tiny screws. And that, I don't think I need to remove those ones. I think that's what I need to actually remove. And that'll allow me to pull this connector off just there. And that connector is the only link between the two boards. So my theory is this is purely the audio board. And it's just transmitting possibly balanced audio through to the transmitter board. And then down here we have this stuff. I don't have a microscope here, but we have a camera, a Pivo document camera, really taking a stab in the dark here that this IC labelled U76, oh sorry, 79, is the correct thing. Now you won't be able to see it, but if I open up my doobly-doo, and I found a chart. There's U76. Where is it? Is a 3 SK 206 NEC. I think they're MOSFETs. Okay, I'm back with my tweezers. Tweezy, tweezy, tweeze. Got that one up again. We're going to see if I can use this little BK 210 soldering iron to do this. This little 210 tip soldering iron. It's got an NPF 9, whatever we're talking about, a 18650 battery in it. What we're going to do is try to get this out. I have a little bit of, by a little bit, I mean a butt ton of flux on it. How do you reckon we can get this loose? So just so for reference, it's kind of reading from the bottom, so sitting here, so if I look at it like this, which for you is actually the other way apparently, it reads correct. So maybe I could just heat up all four sides of it and it would lift up. I might still, you can see it moving a little bit. There we go. Goes there, 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 and there are the four points it has to attach to. So we've got that one out. Get one of these ones, which may or may not be correct, but I'm only going to find out by trying. Can we flip this? Where'd that go? Because I may want to try to put that back on if this doesn't make any difference. Try to flip it up. It's hard to kind of tell because it's kind of got a blob of solder on it. But I think this one at least has the similar format in the large pin on this guy. So I'm hoping, it's really a stab in the dark all this is, but I'm hoping that if I can get this to turn over, and it looks like JR, but it's UR, I think. I'm hoping that I can get this guy in the same spot and that if it was just this component, that what's happened there? Is it in the right spot? Is legit. I'm going to just move this around. Oh, just press the button. What did I just press? Really hard to see. Oh, this is spewing out all kinds of amounts of flux. It's really kind of hard to see, isn't it? I'm really confident I got those ones done. I just can't see whether I've got a connection on that bit. Myself a little bit of solder. Might even just put it on the brush. By brush I mean solder on. So that may be what I'm trying to do. For having cleaning materials. I don't want to mess with anything too much. I hope I had that on the view when I was doing that just then. Now I had a bit of switch cleaner. Is it still here? Switch key. I'm going to just give a blast of this stuff. It's kind of old, so it doesn't have much of a blast to it, but now it's entirely possible that it's something else. That it's like this other IC down here, which I did figure out at one point. You can kind of almost see it. Could be something else. Not 100% sure. It's got most of the flux off it. I don't want to do too much because I don't want to mess around like any of these trim pots or anything. But that is my stab at fixing it. Let us put this back together here, try to get that in the antenna. Can I get that on the camera? Maybe I think I zoomed it in a bit. Let's go a little bit wider to help me. So, putting this back together, I've got this, which I did actually replace when I was trying to work out what was going on. Got to insert into the other side of the SMA connector. Then we sandwich these guys back together. Then I'll put the antenna back on, not that I actually needed to remove the antenna. So don't burn myself, I'm going to get rid of this. Now, we have, and just before I try putting it on camera, I'm going to give myself a little test to see if I do that. Oh, you're shitting me. Well, I think I might have fixed it. Just going to go real wide and see on the little flux file. But superficial. Ooh. Yeah, buddy! Turned a freebie that didn't really work. That might have just been potentially just my battery coming loose, to be honest, because I'm just holding it together. But that is already better than what it was. I'll have a listen to it at some point to confirm, but I think I might have fixed it. So, well, that's really good. I'm really happy that that looks like it's worked. I guess I'll screw it all back together and then give it a bit of test, but and then maybe do some final notes on this. But that's reassuring that replacing that one little transistor saved me the potential of getting it fixed. Was going to cost like $250 Australian to have it serviced, plus parts, for what is literally one piece of 10. So if you don't include that, as like all of them, it would cost me $3 to fix this versus 300. Well, I'm going to put this back together and we're going to see how it goes when it's fully back together. You can watch it if you want. That one, and then there should be, were you watching? Two the same would be these silver ones, I think, that go here. And here. I'll give this a little. Don't go too aggressive because I don't want to knock something else off. It's such a waste of flux, but you know what? That stuff's pretty cheap because it's not legit proper stuff. It's just cheap stuff. Now this side is the little one, I'm pretty sure. And flip it over here, and then we have this one goes here. And it's got a long one and a short one. I think from, I can't really remember looking at the holes. We get that in there. The short one's up the top. Long one's down the bottom. And then we can put a battery in it, and we can see it go red as on, and we can see this is red as on. And if I get it on this thing, can I do this in a manner where you can actually see this? Will it stand up? I'm going to leave that there. And this is already, you won't hear me very well because I'm walking away from the microphone, but that is already doing 1,000 times better. Cool, that's really good. If I take it all the way down here, where I'm really distant, and set it there, I still have full bars. Sweet! I am really happy with that. ecstatic. I will do a bit of a listen and just make sure it's working 100%, but very happy with how that seems to be working so far. Okay, so this is now the UM200b that I just fixed. I'm going to take this earbud out of my ear and I'm going to go for a walk. So this is with the radio mic sitting in my pocket, so you can see it flickering, but that's kind of got my, what's in my pocket? Kind of up against my body and that in my pocket and getting tapped and stuff, so not too concerned. We're going to walk away, we're going to walk away. I'm kind of jiggling over in the corner. So this has a giant, what are they, 50-inch TV between me. Now I'm not in front of it, but 55, yeah, that's right. 55-inch TV and a giant ultra-wide monitor. And this is what this sounds like. I will be doing some long-term tests of this, just to make sure it all works, but that's what this one sounds like. And yeah, so I will stop this, but before I stop it, what I'm going to do is turn this transmitter off and go to the known good one. So we're still recording. This is now the loaned microphone, which is a 200C. You may or may not be able to see that. I probably won't focus on it that close. But putting it in my pocket, so I'm not quite getting that flickering radio kind of signal. But I will go for a walk and we will see it and we will hear it. I think they're both set. This one's actually set higher, I think, so I'll probably come through a bit louder maybe. I feel like the other one was set at 12 o'clock. This one's set more like 3 o'clock. So if I come down to here, this is more like what the other one was set at. But still, yeah, this is what it sounds like. I'll go back down to the other corner of the room. This is it in the corner of the room. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Check test, ladies and gentlemen. And just for giggles and shits, I'm going to try swapping the two antennas, because this one has a genuine antenna. This one has a AliExpress cheap one that I bought to do SMA mods on a G3 with a busted antenna. So I'm going to go back to genuine antenna, fixed microphone. So I'll go quiet again for a second. Okay, so I can see that is still kind of doing what the other one was doing. That might be the repair I had to do to the antenna connector, maybe. Still, this is 1,000 times better, so it is actually doing what it was supposed to be doing before, which is good. That is very good. I'm very happy with that. I will just have to test it to see whether it's working satisfactorily. Because these guys came from eBay and shipped from China, I'm not 100% sure if they're genuine. I think they were an equivalent to the one I just replaced, not a like for like, which I don't know if that's an issue in RF stuff, but it seems to be doing something. It's working a lot better than what it was previously. So it might not be perfect, but if it does 90% of what I want it to do, that will be good.